A couple of years back, I was on one of my regular runs. For those of you who don't know, I'm a long-haul truck driver, and let me tell you, the desert highways, they're no stranger to me. We're talking long, empty stretches where you really start to feel like you might just be the last person left on Earth. It was late, probably around 2 in the morning, and I was on my second to last delivery of the loop, just grinding it out, trying to get it done so I could finally head home to my family. That's when I first saw it. In my mirror, a dark SUV just there. Not close enough to be riding my bumper, but not far enough for me to ignore either. Always at the same distance. I'm used to cars on the road, obviously, but this was different. I'd speed up a little, just to see the SUV would match me. I'd slow down. It slowed down too. For 40 solid miles, it just hovered there, this constant shadow in my rearview mirror, never passing, never falling back, just watching. The feeling in my gut went from curiosity to something a lot heavier. Finally, I decided I'd had enough. I saw a small rest area up ahead. Not much, just a dirt lot, a couple of vending machines under one of those flickering, buzzing lights. I figured, okay, I'll pull off here. Whoever this is, they'll finally have to pass me. But that's not what happened. Instead, the SUV pulled in right after me, parking way off in the far corner of the lot, its headlights cutting through the darkness before clicking off. Now, I was more than just uneasy. I was furious. Who were these people? What did they want? I swung my cab door open and climbed down, every muscle tense. I was ready to march right over there and give them a piece of my mind. But before I could even take more than a few steps, the SUV's engine roared to life. It peeled out of that dirt lot so fast, spitting gravel up from under its tires. Within seconds, it was gone. All I could see were 2 red tail lights getting smaller and smaller until they were completely swallowed by the desert night. A wave of relief just washed over me, but the annoyance was still there. What was that all about? Some kind of weird road game. I stretched, my back cracking from the long hours behind the wheel. I figured I'd grab a soda, but, of course, a quick look at the vending machines showed they were both empty. Classic. At that point, I decided to just get a little rest. Just an hour's nap before finishing the last leg of the run. So I locked up the cab, cracked the window just a bit for some air, and leaned the seat back. It didn't take long for me to drift off. See, being a light sleeper kind of comes with the territory in this job. You hear everything, and that's what saved me. Maybe an hour had passed when I was pulled from my sleep by the faintest sound, the crunch of footsteps on gravel, right outside my truck. My heart immediately started thudding against my ribs. I moved as slowly and quietly as I possibly could, just cracking the blind of my sleeper cab window to peek outside, and my blood ran cold. There were 2 figures crouched down near the rear wheels of my trailer. They were whispering, signaling to each other with a tiny, sharp beam from a flashlight. Then one of them pulled out a pair of bolt cutters. My mind reeled. They were trying to break into my cargo. They were trying to steal my load. In that moment, I didn't think, I just reacted. My hand shot out and slammed down on the air horn button. The blast was deafening, a screaming, gut-shaking sound that ripped across the empty lot. It was the loudest sound in the world right then. The two men bolted. They just dropped everything and scrambled for the thick brush at the edge of the lot, disappearing into the darkness. A moment later, a pair of headlights tore across the dirt from the road. It was the same SUV from before. It swung round in a wide arc, its lights clicking off as it did, and then it too vanished into the night. It was their lookout. They'd been working together the whole time. The second they were gone, I grabbed my phone and called the police. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely dial it. They arrived, took my statement, and inspected the rig. And there they were, fresh pry marks on the latch of my trailer doors. The officers told me I'd been lucky. Apparently, cargo thieves stalk that particular stretch of highway far more often than anyone realizes. They told me the whole thing the following: the wading it was their classic Oh, they'd been following me, just waiting for me to stop, waiting for the right moment to strike. I still get a chill thinking about it. I don't know what would have happened if I hadn't woken up when I did. If I had slept just a little deeper that night. But I do know one thing for sure. Out there, when you're all alone in the middle of the desert night, sometimes the only thing standing between you and the people who want what you've got is how fast you wake up when the footsteps come. Thanks for listening to my story. It's a crazy world out there on the open road. If you've got your own stories or just enjoyed this one, hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. I've got plenty more tales from the highway to share. Stay safe out there.